Hey everybody, how are you? Okay. And this is such a refinement right now, such a refining time. It's 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 really making us face our deepest, darkest fears. And also it's showing us how to master fine-tuning of energy of it's really important that we stay connected to like-minded people right now. Really, really important. Whenever I talk to anybody and they have a bunch of drama going on or this is going on and that's and I'm like, why are you hanging out in that environment where you feel that way? You know, first thing you need to do is drop away any kind of negativity or drama from your life possible at all so that you can you have to be able to align with your most deepest sense of authenticity right now. You got to really dig deep in terms of tapping into your true self, meaning, I did it in quotes because it's not the personality, it's the essence of us, right? So you're tapping into the essence of you, and while these little fear bubbles come up, you're deciding to go within. What's true for me is this. What's true for me is this. What's true for me is this. You keep choosing truth. So it's a time to eliminate the. I talked to somebody who said that it was a divine masculine. It was really cool to be able to talk to a divine masculine for the first time in a while. And he said that he had slipped into a deep depression and that he realized that he'd been very, very stubborn because life had to strip everything away from him. I mean, just took this, damaged this, broke this up, did that, did that. Like, it basically just stripped him down to nothing and then kind of challenged him like, okay, now what? Now what are you going to do? Now that you're naked, now that you're vulnerable. So, we kind of laughed about how stubborn we can be when we're going through that. And he felt like he was being attacked by life. Like, life just doesn't like me. Life is just totally against me. So when we're in that victim mentality, that's exactly what happens is we get sucked down into feeling like that. We've all been through it in one shape, form, or another. I know I went through it in my early 20s, like in my 20s or so. I really felt like everything and anybody was out to get me. And I just can't seem to give it a leg up in this world, like, what do I got to do here? So, but these things happen not to defeat you. They enable you. They're a gift because they enable you to take a good look at it and say, what I'm striving for, is that really what I want? Is that really what's going to make me feel safe and secure? That's why I asked that in my channel the other day, my Telegram channel. As I said, what is it? I pulled that card randomly, but like, what is it going to take for you to feel safe and secure? Right. So you keep dropping into that. And when you strip everything away, what it comes down to is your ability to feel safe and secure within yourself, not even within Amy, your personality, but within your connection to God, source, energy, here, now, in the moment. Okay. So that's what it's all designed to keep bringing you back to, and your alignment with it. So signs, synchronicities, things really flowing for you. So if things are not really flowing for you and they feel stuck and this isn't working, and that, if stagnancy is okay, stagnancy is, I mean, it's not like it's okay, but stagnancy also, it all has its purpose, to get you to move. But the more discomfort there is, the more you're supposed to do something about it. And the more you're supposed to do something more aligned with your true heart space. So in other words, if you're striving to make money, if you're just striving to make money and you're striving to hold on to this relationship because they're really attractive or they have a lot of money or whatever it is, that's never going to work. No matter how hard you try, no matter, if you're using 3D means of deriving fulfillment or satisfaction in some way, it is going to blow up on you every time. So the more we can align with what you truly want and are attracted to at a heart level, then you start seeing all the signs and synchronicities, and then you follow that path and you just stay on that and stay true to yourself. No matter what, you'll get tempted left and right with, what, you're crazy for doing this. I can't believe you're doing this. This is stupid. Nobody would do this in their right mind. That's when you know you're on the right road. So, and if it takes a lot of risk, if it takes like, if your heart pounds really hard and you're like, I'm just going to do it, the more you practice following your heart and not giving a crap what anybody thinks of it, the easier it gets. But when you're first doing it, it feels like totally opposite of what you should be doing, because everybody's telling you what you should be doing, and what they're telling you is totally messed up. But they think they're telling you the right thing, but they're not, because you have to ultimately do what resonates for you. And same opposite side of the coin, like if you have somebody people pleasing you and they want to do this, that, or the other thing, and they're kind of hemming and hawing it all, then let them have their way. Let them go toward what they want, because either they're going to go get a lesson or they're going to keep aligning with you. So don't try to ever keep somebody in your life if they're choosing to go on another path or wanting to do this or that or the other thing. Let them follow their path, and they're going to go learn what they need to learn. It's not about you getting what you want. So you're in a lack mentality if you think you need that in order to get the other end result, So drop end results and just try to be as present in the moment as you possibly can at this time, and just keep checking in. Is that true for me? Does that feel good for me? Does that resonate for me? It's this a continuous process of listening to our intuitions and catching ourselves when we're lying to ourselves, or catching ourselves when we're doing something for a deceitful reason, or catching ourselves when we're manipulating a situation to get something that we want and we're not being completely honest about it. There's so many different ways that can play out. Like saying that you don't believe that pharmaceuticals are all that dangerous. I think people blow that way out of proportion, when in actuality, you're like addicted to antidepressants, for example. That's really manipulative. The truth would be to acknowledge, the pharmaceutical industry is really dangerous. It's really toxic. And then say, but I'm addicted to this thing over here, and it's really tough for me to break away from. So that's what we're coming into, more and more and more complete authenticity, and being able to see it really clearly in those around you when it's not there. So that's coming back around to the point of having like-minded people around you. When you're used to it, when it's the norm, when it becomes like everybody around you speaks from the heart more and more, when everybody's about honest communication and everybody is being vulnerable, everything, don't tell anybody what you have in your basket unless they're telling you what they have in their basket. Let them get vulnerable first and say, here's how I'm feeling or what I'm going through, blah, 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 from the heart. And even if it's fearful and they think they're going to be judged for being afraid or whatever, if they can say that to you, you can say that to them. If you can be a cushion for somebody, a soft place for somebody, a non-judgmental place for somebody, they can also be there for you when you are human too, which we all will be from time to time. So the whole idea is for everybody to be as vulnerable and authentic as possible right now, and align with people who they can be that with. If you can't be totally authentic with them and just tell it like it is, let them know you have tarot cards that you use, when full well they'll probably be like, whoa, that's the devil. And that's their programming, their brainwashing. That situation, but you might avoid saying it to that person. Either don't hang out with that person, or just say it to them. You might just open their mind a crack. You might just find that when you say it, they're like, oh, well, I didn't even think of that, or I didn't. So be yourself. Everybody be yourself right now. And this is going to be Thursday when this comes out, and we're waiting for that big event to happen. Maybe it's already happened by the time this has come out, but I just wanted to read this in Instagram just to see what's going to be happening over like today or tomorrow, which is today. I'm recording this on Tuesday, so the 31st. So it should happen Tuesday and or Wednesday. If not, time is malleable, guys. Hate to say it, but the collective affects it by being in a waiting energy. The best thing you can possibly do to make something happen faster is to just expect and know that it's coming and just let it go. So you got to be in that faith of knowing. And then just don't pay any attention to anything that takes you out of your alignment with source. Okay. I said that I'm getting that it could, and I shared this in my tribe talk on Telegram. I'm getting that it could be something equivalent to a stock market crash, but in another country. So maybe the Queen, the bar, the Constitution, discoveries uncovered and uncovered and revealed were words that I got. Birth certificates, a devastation near the level of 9/11, but not involving explosions, perhaps even overlapping a UFO scare in probably June 1st instead of May 31st. However, I was talking to someone today and they said, that could actually be that it could be the same day because, people in other countries are a day ahead. So I sure as heck hope this is going to happen. We really need a rattling awake. I also feel some humanitarians will get notifications, some even having money placed into their accounts, and some people's debts forgiven because it was our money in the first place. We'll see, but hang tight, guys. Okay, so if you're not on my Telegram, you might want to be. Okay, I'm going to put my phone on airplane, and I just want to pull a Mary Magdalene card right now and just see if she has a message for us this week. And I just looked at the word liberation. So, okay. Please, Mary Magdalene, what's your message for us this week? Crucifixion. That's interesting. I think I know what that's about. And it might be, I don't know, people pleasing. Okay. No. Crucifixion. You are causing yourself much unnecessary suffering by thinking that you need to improve in some way before you can find peace and fulfillment. For much of your life, you have tried to hide the parts of you that you don't think are lovable. Wow. Yet the things you repress or hide resurface through external situations until you learn to accept and love them. A world of infinite possibilities awaits you if you can just learn to be yourself and love yourself as you are. Inside you, there is a shining star. Allow the light of your star to shine forth, and you will find that people will love you just as you are. So true. Over the coming weeks, pay close attention to your thoughts. When you find yourself thinking negatively or fearfully, consciously transform that thought into a loving one and continue doing this until the cycle is broken. Absolutely. Use those affirmations, say a prayer like as if it's already happened. This will take time, dedication, and perseverance, but the rewards will eventually be great. So as soon as I have any kind of an issue, problem, anything at all, I stop it before I entertain it for too long. And I'll just say, thank you, God, that everything worked out so beautifully. Thank you that it was such a miracle. Thank you for the healing miracle. Thank you that I become clearer and more intuitive all the time. Thank you that I always know just what to do in any given moment. I just replace it with all these statements as if it's already happened, and I'm thanking God for it. God meaning group of deities, spirit. So this morning also, when I woke up, I heard ringing in my ear from an angel, and I got, you have nothing to worry about. So that was for you guys. And I just saw 33. Yeah, that might mean something to somebody. I don't have an angel book here. So 33 could be confirmation for you. 33s are also catalysts. Or if you've been seeing threes, it's a catalyst. And I just looked at a pineapple. So it could be union, true love union. Okay. We got to get past this worthiness thing too. Worthiness of anything. We put too much value or need on other things. That's codependency in a way. I'm not worthy of that. Well, if there was no label on anything, then why would there be a worthiness issue? You're obviously putting something up on a pedestal, right? So just don't value it as much. Just bring it down here on your level and just be like, why can't, a gold bath. like a bath made of complete gold. If you didn't see it as gold or as this really valuable thing, or like a marble bath or something, where I don't deserve to have that or to bathe in that or whatever, if you can just take that judgment and that label out, then you'd just be bathing your body, you know? You'd be like, oh, I have this really pretty shiny thing to bathe my body in, and that feels wonderful. You could do the same thing in a roach infested something or other that's shiny. If you had, like, I don't know, if you just don't put judgments on things and you don't label things, there is no worth about anything. It's just how much you love yourself that you're willing to put yourself in an atmosphere that feels supportive, can I, do I enjoy this? Yeah. Do I enjoy going and eating potatoes? Sure. So you go and enjoy and eat potatoes, but then you start to resonate with that, which makes you feel good. And then you go, the potatoes don't make me feel so good though. Ultimately, they kind of trick me because they feel good for a minute, but then afterwards, I'm not sure about the effects. It gives me an upset stomach, or so then you go, I'm not so sure about the potato chips anymore. So you just keep going toward what you're drawn to, what you feel good about, the people you feel good about. And it's just a feeling out practice. Just practice with it. Just go toward what feels good, whatever it is. Just go toward what feels really good. And then the rest will reveal itself, and just keep praying. Thank you for showing me the truth in all things. Thank you for showing me the truth in all things. And I love you no matter what ever happens, no matter what is ever said, no matter what kind of mistakes. I'm not going to blame anybody for anything. I'm not going to get upset with anybody for anything. I'm going to just take it right here. I love you even though. Okay. Just always come back right here. This is your home. You don't even have to worry about what your home is out there. It's here always. All right. So, all right. Okay. Ooh, wobble, wobble. 4013 question. Can I please get some advice from my guides on a new love interest in my life? Okay. And they said one step at a time, feeling it out, nice and slow. They said a slow unveiling. Shishina hapum puma ana ike and session. Ha alakin. All right, let me tell you about him. He is a little bit skeptical because he's been burned before. We all have, right? So we can relate. I think if when he sees that your words are something you follow up with, it's not just fluff. You're not just saying it. When there's consistency, there's follow through on your words. Then the things will really start happening. It's like his heart starts to unfold and blossom really beautifully. So maybe form a friendship first. Yeah, I don't know if he's a Cancer or something, but it's kind of like he's got a hard outer shell for a little bit. But once you consistently love on that hard outer shell, it'll break. And then the whole shell comes off, and then you got his whole heart. So also be conscientious of whether you want that heart, get to know him slowly and see if he truly is what you want, because, don't take it as a challenge. Oh, I got a challenge here. He's really, got that heart outer shell, because it's not going to be fair once you break him open, that he give you his whole heart. So get to know him properly. Be your true self the whole time you're getting to know him and everything. Be vulnerable, so you can show him that he can trust you being vulnerable as well. Yeah. Once he opens up to you, I feel like it could be a little bit overwhelming, him sharing his feelings with you. So if you're ready to get showered with love, then this is going to be good. I feel like he would be honest, respectful, loyal, truthful, supportive. Yeah, I think he's a good guy. I'm looking for any kind of bad habits or anything like that. Not he withdraws a little bit. He goes back toward the shell. He'll never put the shell back on, but he'll kind of pull back away from conflict, or like he's a little bit of an avoider. And he has a little bit of a worthiness issue. A worthiness issue is really just you not loving yourself because you're not used to it. That's all. You're just not used to it. You're not used to choosing. You're used to choosing things for other people's benefit and not for your own. That's all. That's all that means. There's nothing we make too big of a deal of it. Oh, we're not loving ourselves. That person doesn't love themselves. I mean, they're just little puppets. They just do as others say. So if we can just kind of look at that differently, if you just keep making more choices because of your enjoyment and your bliss, I want to do that because I want to do that. And then you keep choosing that, it'll be easier and easier and easier for you to continue to do that. And that's just loving yourself, Okay. Yeah, they said good for you. Like he's good for you. And he could be somebody that you could be with for a long time. So you'll just have to be patient, loving, kind as you are. And just let it unfold naturally. When he goes away, just ignore him. Just let him have his space. Just be like, all right. And then make your focus all about you again. And then it's like, he's going to be looking over at you like, well, didn't you notice I disappeared? And he'll just kind of peek around. He'll be looking over your shoulder. Like, what are you doing over there? And he'll want to come have fun with you. But if you poke at him, when he's withdrawn like that, then when I said poke the time before, that's like a consistent, kind, loving when you guys do interact. But if he totally pulls away, then it's like, okay, do you? I'm going to do me, and just get back. When somebody pulls away like that, you could even like see it as, I'm open to anything happening right now. Somebody new could come in while you're pulled back from me, and I could go with the new one. Just be in your power. Don't, because otherwise, sometimes you just sit there and pine over the person, and how come they haven't called me yet? It's been days that they haven't texted me, and they usually do. And don't let anything knock you off of your center. Nothing. Don't let anything get you spinning out. The second you start thinking too much, drop back in your heart and affirm, thank you, God, so much that I've got a partner who communicates with me on a regular basis and helps me feel secure about our relationship and where I stand. And just say that, and just know that that's coming. Just replace the fear or the worry with what you want as if it's already happened. Okay. It never hurts to repeat. I learn from repeating, so I repeat a lot. And it just embeds it deeper when you hear it. Okay. 4015. Hi, Amy. I am in a manifestation course, and the first weeks were about identifying areas of our lives we want to improve, figuring out what's holding us back from what we want, and shifting our thoughts, words, beliefs through inner work so we can manifest what we want. There's an issue I have with friendships. Right now, I do not have any close ones outside my relationships with my husband and his mother. My husband thinks I should be excited to hang out with his friends' wives, that they should be my friends, but I do not feel that they are at all right for me. I don't feel that they are all right for me. In fact, I dread having to oblige and go to events where I'm forced to socialize with them. Nothing against them, but they are just not my people or my soul tribe. I've had issues with friends in the past when I was a child, and then my adult friends have phased and fizzled away due to many factors. So I've been yearning for a real long-lasting, mutual, high vibrational, awakened, deep friendship. My tarot cards are telling me some the good kind of crazy stuff is coming my way, but I can't decipher what that really is. I'm wondering if there is some inner work I can do to call this in. Can you channel this and let me know if there's anything I need to do to heal this blockage, and if I will be able to manifest the friendship I desire? Okay. Thank you so much for all you do. Sending you love. Thanks for the love. All right. So I just said all this. It's so funny. So you need to hang out with more people who are like you for sure. And if you don't have any, then you got to call it in by manifesting it by saying what I just said. Thank you, God, so much that I have these incredible friends that I feel so close to, that I can trust, that are totally authentic with me. We are vulnerable with each other. I could not be more grateful than than to be talking to and communicating with these amazing, amazing people who make me feel so supported, loved, and encouraged, and totally have my back. I love my friends so much. They are the most incredible miracles I have in my life right now. Be saying that as if it's already happened, as if they're already in your life and you already just love the hell out of them, and be really feeling it in your heart when you say it as if it's already happened. So what you're vibrating at right now is, I don't have those friends. I'm comparing them to these people I have in my atmosphere right now, and they're failing. They're not passing what I would call a friend. I'm finding lack here. I don't resonate. So don't force yourself to do anything that isn't authentic. Explain to your husband, I don't like them as much as I would like to, so I can't force it. I'll hang out with them if we need to go to something or whatever. But I want my own. Be honest with him. Just be like, I want to have friends that I feel resonate with me, that we could talk about deeper things, and we can talk about all this kind of stuff. So I don't know how he would respond to that necessarily, but just be honest with him and just be like, why would I be excited about hanging out with friends that aren't my friends? I'm glad that we have mutual friends that we can hang out with that are, all the couples' wives, I think it's kind of cool and kind of something different to do every once in a while, maybe once a month but hanging out with them on a regular basis and making them my friends just doesn't appeal to me. That's not my bliss. It doesn't feel good to me. So why would I do that? Don't do anything that doesn't feel good to you. So explain that to him. And then they said you have to quiet your heart, like quiet your mind and quiet your heart to draw that in. You've got to be in the vibration of what you're wanting to attract to. So you be honest, you be authentic, you tell your truth, you speak your truth, you keep going towards your bliss, like all that I just explained. You start doing that more and more, you're going to be attracting your tribe to you, those of like mind and like heart, especially if you're affirming that all the time. When do you affirm that? Every single time that you wonder why you're not having friends in your life. Same with love life, you guys. Thank you so much for giving me a man that I can rely on, who's faithful to me, who loves me for the right reasons, who's not looking at me as some kind of an opportunity. Somebody who really, truly is in an abundant mind space and head space and heart space. Somebody who already feels like he can make wonderful things happen. Somebody who would be devoted to me and really love me for authentic reasons and blah, 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 whatever it is that you're looking for. And really, really feel that. Oh, thank you so much. I love waking up to this guy, and I love the way that he reassures me, and I love the way he supports me. I love the way he's there for me. I love the way he listens to me, and he truly cares about the things that come out of my mouth. Affirm all of that. And you're going to be, attracting it a lot faster. So, okay. Anything else she can do to attract friends? Make yourself available, go to places, do things, go to groups of, think of, if you have those friends, those friends that are like the people on this channel, people that you can talk candidly with and talk about the world or whatever. Look for groups that you think, like, where would those kinds of people hang out? Go hang out in a naturopath doctor's lobby and go talk to the people there, or go to natural grocers or someplace where they sell organic food. Look for somebody who's not wearing those things on their faces and start a conversation, but you don't even have to do any of that, really. All you have to do is just be in that thankful mindset, and somebody online will say something to you and you guys will start a conversation going, and it's just going to feel more and more resonant. Why am I? Communication needs to happen. Somehow communication needs to happen. So don't be afraid, to talk to people while you're out and about. Start up some conversations. I did that the other day looking for some supplements. I mentioned something to this guy that was next to me. I don't remember what it was. It was something like, which of these two brands do you trust most, or something like that? And he was like, well, I never get this. I always get that because blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, I never really thought of that. And he ended up being like a wealth of knowledge. And he just went off and on and on and on. And of course, he ends up being somebody who's a tea supporter, and which isn't important, but it's along the lines of, having an open mindset right now because everybody else is programmed. So, it was just a very interesting, we ended up talking for, 20, 30 minutes or something like that. We had lots in common and we went a lot of different places. And did you know this? No, I didn't know that. Did you know that? No, I didn't know that. And it's like right now is such an exchange of information, isn't it? Like, it's just amazing how everybody's kind of coming together and sharing all these ideas and knowledge and all that stuff, So don't be afraid to start conversations with people, you guys, and especially if they're not wearing those things on their faces, or you get any kind of an indication that they might be free-minded, then, strike up a little. If you start to fear, because I felt a little bit about, oh, what if they turn out like people I've known before? Well, if you're resonating at the level that you're at, and you're happy and you're following your bliss and all of that, and you're in a good vibration and you're healing yourself and you're taking a good look at yourself and you're assessing yourself, you're being more self-aware, then that shouldn't be a problem. We're not going to be repeating those same mistakes of the past if we've been growing. Now, it may not look on the surface like you've been growing because you haven't had a friendship in a while or a relationship for a while, but have some faith that behind the curtain a bit, or maybe under the surface, you've been growing and sprouting within you some beautiful things that you can contribute to a new relationship now. It doesn't even have to be anything like it was before. You're not going to necessarily bring those things forward if you've been working on healing yourself. That's why it's so important right now that we heal ourselves, because we also have to align with people who are authentic, who are as authentic as you are. So how authentic are you? And that's what you're going to attract. Anything else she needs to know? Hand on heart, if you start getting insecure with the friend that you're making or whatever, or your stories start to go, I love you even when you're scared. It's okay. It's okay to be scared. You've had things go wrong in friendships before. I was really frightening and it ended really badly, or relationships. So it's okay. It's okay that you're afraid. Let's love them and let's talk to them despite, And if we mess up again, I'll just come back here. We'll come right back here and I'll love you again and again and again and again and again. Just be really gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Okay. 4018. Hi, Amy. Tornado dreams are a common theme for me. In the past, I had them way more often, but I do have them from time to time still. I have a feeling that this might be a past life thing, although I'm not sure. Okay, I'm wondering what the reason is that I have them and why, and what I'm trying to tell myself. Is it that I'm overburdened and overstressed and need to slow down? Is it just that I have a fear that I need to overcome? Or is it something else entirely? The tornadoes and stories of the dreams vary, but the dreams are extremely vivid. I'd love to be able to have a tornado dream and know what I need to know for myself, or know how to prevent myself from having them in the first place. Thanks, Amy. So appreciate being able to have this space you have provided. Much love. Thank you. All right. So why is she having tornado dreams, God? And this is interesting too, because I found myself yesterday doing this action a couple times. So They just said vortex as I'm doing that. Vortex. Let me keep doing it. I feel like keeping on doing it. You can do it too. It feels good. Okay, so doesn't that feel nice? Okay, vortex, rising in vortex, rising in consciousness. Shishe hitma oma anate, staying the center of the storm. Hala pimpa na agains. So you should pay attention to the things that are in the tornado, I feel. Like I think that's kind of I think tornado is one of your powers. Like, how some people are like mountain or water, or like something really helps them feel powerful. I feel like tornadoes can be that for you. And I feel like whatever's in the tornado has a lot to do with what you're dealing with and some of your unconscious or subconscious fears and worries about what you have to overcome. Like if you're worried about cheating, you might see a couple going by making love or something, or naked people, or like something, that you're like, oh, that makes me nervous. Something like that. Or if you're afraid of dogs, you might see a dog go by. So things like that whipping around, I think they're encouraging you to, they just said rising in Kundalini. Like they're wanting you to just keep coming back to this place, and it being the center of the storm here in your home. Because I see you like, what I'm seeing is if you guys have the Everyday Witch Tarot, it's the Everyday Witch Tarot, and there's a picture of a girl. She's holding up a wand and she's whipping up a whole tornado, and there's all these things up in it. I don't remember what card it is, but it feels like they're telling you that none of that serves you anymore. So it doesn't need to be whirling around you anymore. So take a good look at those items and eliminate them one by one. And it feels like once you look at the items that are floating by, then I was laughing because I just pictured a cow go by. It's like, but like grab the cow, take a look at it. What's the cow trying to tell me? Do a divine guidance council meeting on each item. What is the cow telling me? Well, that and then you interact with the cow and you try to feel out why you're seeing the cow in the hurricane, and then the cow will be gone. It'll be resolved. You'll have addressed it. You'll have gotten a message for it, and it'll feel good, and it'll be like, okay. And then so I would start keeping a diary of what shows up in the tornado, what you see in the tornado, or how it's even its relationship to you. How close is it to you? What you're feeling about it becoming close to you. For some odd reason, I don't feel any fear around it. If anything, excitement, or if anything, like wow, like the power. So they're also telling you that you're more powerful than you realize. It feels like if you just eliminate all these different things out of this swirling thing, just grab each item and take it and look at it and put it down, look at it, put it down, look at it, put it down. All of a sudden, it's like when the hurricane has nothing in it to whip around, it's going to settle down and go away, and you're not going to have those dreams anymore. So, and look at it's almost as if it feels almost as if a part of you is trying to clean up the subconscious fears. It might be good. It just popped in my head that you might do a session on, like, if you can be alone and just get like a wrapping paper tube, something tough, strong that you can, or a bat or a stick, I guess, if it's smooth enough, and make sure everybody's out of the house and you're all alone and nobody can hear you. If you can make that happen, shut yourself in a bedroom and then hit the bed like over and over. Like, don't stop hitting the bed in the same rhythm. So keep the rhythm going and think of somebody you're really mad about, something you're mad about, whatever. So you'll go, oh, I'm mad that I got bullied when I was a kid. Never should have been bullied. I can't believe I was bullied. And you keep that rhythm going, and you just hit the bed and start saying it and saying it. And then you'll be like pausing again, but you're going to keep hitting. I don't like that my brother did this when I was a kid. He pulled my hair and he blah, 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 blah. And then you're just like, yeah. So you just let it all out and get angry at each and everything that you can think of from when you were a baby all the way up till now, until you can't think of anybody to be mad at anymore, or anything to be mad at. You might move from people to things, to situations, to things that are unfair or whatever. And I think you might have a big breakthrough. And if you have that big breakthrough, rather than addressing one thing at a time, like I was saying, you might actually just drop the whole tornado. It might just be gone. However, the tornado will always be within you as your power. So maybe you can even see yourself as a tornado, that you have the capability of it. Now I'm seeing almost like you gather up all the garbage. You gather up all the garbage in around, I don't know, relationships around you or households or even your neighborhood. It's like, I'm picking up the garbage, picking up the garbage, picking up the garbage, boom. And you drop it. And think of a tornado being consciously picking up all the garbage to go dump it in the dump or something, to be processed in a good way, in a beneficial way or something like that. You know what I mean? You could even use it as a meditation. I would definitely do a divine guidance council meeting on it. Whether you do just one item at a time, or I would just sit down and I just put out this video on how to do the divine guidance council meeting. But you just go through and you say, okay, I want to hold a meeting with my God, the creator, source energy that loves me, and wants good things to happen for me, wants me to be really happy. I want only beings who want that for me to be present here. And, what is it you can tell me about the tornado, about the tornadoes I've been seeing? And, or, you might want to, one day you might want to look at just the cow, and the other day you might want to look at the whole thing. And then just see what comes up, and just keep a journal on all of it. Cause I think a lot is going to be coming up for you, for healing. And where is it? I feel like pulling a spirit card. Okay. Here is a card. Ooh. Oh, I just picked there's a random ghoster card here. And it says, I'm on my way to you right now. I'm so excited. I have to lay low till I get there, so no one tries to stop me. But oh my God, I can't wait to see you. So somebody might have a little surprise coming. Okay. So your message from spirit, or your advice from spirit. If you don't like a particular situation, practice observing you in the experience rather than being in it yourself. Step outside yourself and look from a more detached perspective. So that's what doing a divine guidance council meeting can help with too. Or maybe when you wake up or whatnot, you can see you laying in the bed there reflecting on the dream and just see what comes up. Be the observer sometimes. If you feel kind of stuck, or even I've said, even if you watch like movies about what's going on in our world and it's concerning or scary or, questionable or any of that, like be you watching that. And it's going to bring everything kind of into alignment, because it's going to transmute any kind of negative energy that you're watching. And it'll bring insights as well. So maybe detach yourself from the situation a little bit and take a look at it from kind of an outsider standpoint. All right. Love yourself no matter what anyone thinks of you. Your opinion is the only one that matters. So be true to you and be proud of yourself. I think that's a message for everybody right now. But yeah, so don't let anybody make you wrong for having that dream. Maybe if they've been shaming you or telling you shouldn't have it, or like you feel into it yourself, what it feels for you. Because I feel it's a positive thing. Miracles are heading your way. So hang tight, stay positive, and keep your thoughts on what you'd like to see show up in your world, because you'll be crying happy tears. So yay. All right. Hope that helped. All right. 4019. I got an itch. Got a little back scratcher here. Yeah. Okay. Any guidance on what my higher self or spirit guides have to say to me? I feel like I've been in a holding pattern for quite some time now. Yeah, I felt that way for a bit, almost like Groundhog Day, over and over and over and over. I was like, gosh, when's something going to happen? And then all of a sudden, I got an inspired idea. I listened to God telling me what to do, and I took action without being in my head about it, without trying to talk myself out of it or anything. I just went ahead and did it. And then there was still a little bit of stagnant energy for a little bit when I first made the change. And then boom, things started to just really kind of shift into place. So just because you feel kind of like things are stale or stagnant because you're not seeing anything in your reality yet, you could very well be manifesting some incredible things to like come up under the surface. Like you might have some seeds that have been planted all along, but you're not seeing them, but they're still growing and growing and growing and growing until all of a sudden there's like 10 things that pop up out of the soil and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know, you know? So, and that's what's kind of been happening for me at this point. So keep affirming, just keep believing in those affirmations, and just thank you, God, that so many incredible, miraculous things are moving, shifting, and shaking for me right now. I am just beside myself, excited and elated for all the amazing opportunities being given to me right now. All of them, like I am almost overwhelmed, but just so delighted at all the incredible options I'm being given right now. It just feels amazing. So just keep saying that whenever your mind goes to, man, nothing's happening, nothing's going on. Just remember this idea that if things are sprouting under the surface you don't see yet. I mean, sometimes this stuff takes years. It's going to shorten now that we're getting in more toward the 5D energy, but, just know that things take how long they're going to take. I don't know why am I looking at tarot cards? All right, so we're looking for any guidance on this through this holding pattern. Mary wants to say something. Yeah, you got a new beginning coming, maybe a commitment, a burden being, okay. A burden being put down because somebody had the courage to come out of hiding. So if you have a true love partner, maybe they're going to be talking to you. I mean, look at these. This is like, okay, so this is communication. Somebody who says it like it is, maybe somebody who broke your heart, somebody who thinks of you all the time. They're going to get up. They're going to get up. Maybe they'll flip out, but they're going to get the courage to let the burden down and let out some secrets. Maybe they're with someone. Maybe they could be with a karmic, or we're with a karmic, and now they're going to have to tell you that, or want to, and they're going to want commitment with you. Or it could be some burdens are released because some secrets came out about the cabal as well. And that somehow gives them the courage to have a fresh new start with you, maybe to know that you were right if you've been speaking the truth on this channel. I'm pretty much talking to people who know what's going on. So, maybe the person realizes, oh my gosh, she was right, or he was right. And I'm going to, now I want to have that beginning. I want the end of a difficult period. And I want to be mature and grounded now. And I believe I can have a bright future with you now. So like, okay. So it could be that, or it could be, that even could be like a family member coming and, seeing that you were right, or that kind of thing. So that sounds promising for those of us who are paying attention right now. The Fool, brand new beginning, taking a leap of faith. So I just feel like, as these truths are coming out more and more, and they are, so don't tell yourself a story otherwise, or you're actually creating that for the collective. You gotta be saying things out loud and thinking things out loud that you want to be true, because you will create that. So all these truths that are coming out, and they are, the more and more of these truths that are coming out, we're going to have people go, oh my gosh, I was so wrong. And I can't believe it, and then they're going to align with you, or partner with you, or team up with you, or cooperate with you, or whatever it is. And I'm feeling that happening more and more. And then healing emotions, overcoming the ego and healing emotions is going to be happening as a result. So, and they're also saying that I'm an angel of peace, and I bring a new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. I love that card. So, and it even has our Shanti's name on it. So yeah, yes, you're going to be coming out of this stale time, and some people are going to come back around. And you just need to keep manifesting it because you're almost there. It feels like you're real close. How close? Maybe within a week or two, you might. Oh, okay. So they're also mentioning another way that you could kind of expedite the energy too. Do things differently. Like, if you go the same way to work, go a different way to work. If you sleep on one side of the bed, try sleeping on the other side of the bed. Or, if you always use one bathroom, use the other bathroom. If you always have a mess going on, clean up your mess and tidy up. It's always best to keep things tidy. Even for your sanity. Sometimes people get depressed and they lay stuff around all the time. And then it's like, if they just get up and have like a little push of energy and they can just put a bunch of stuff away, all of a sudden it just lifts off. So, and remember too, a lot of this stuff isn't about you, it's being put on you. So recognize and notice that too. It's not you, it's another energy kind of being put on you. So lift it off, do some energy work, do qigong, do something to get it to, get rid of it. And don't personalize it and act like it's you that has that issue. And I've talked in the past, in the last few weeks, we've talked a lot about depression. So you can go back and look at the timestamps and underneath my videos and check that out, because I don't want to just keep saying it over and over and over. Okay. They just showed me a card in my head, like you're about to soar and other people will be inspired by your example. So it feels like you're doing the right things. And I don't really feel like there's anything that needs correcting necessarily. You just need to be a bit more patient and just really not care about the outcome and just make your focus on you just fulfilling yourself and making yourself happy. Okay, so we'll look at some spirit cards. Learning how to self-soothe is a mandatory step to liberation and loving others in a healthy way. Rely only on you to comfort you and seek for the comfort you seek, and you'll be set free. Please let go. You're clinging too tightly to what it is you want, as if it's eluding you. Exactly. This is only pushing it away. Have faith it's coming because it is. All right. 4021. I need guidance as to if I should sell my home and move to Tennessee. I've been struggling if this is the best thing for me and my son. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Should she move to Tennessee? I feel like Tennessee or something like it. Kentucky. Tennessee is getting pretty crowded from what I understand right now. Like everybody's moving there. A lot of these places that are, more free have that issue. Sheshe natakin sasan hehemaan hela kipin poshona aike. There's probably a good 5 places that feels like would be good. If she chooses to go to Tennessee though with her son, would that work out really well? Yes, it would. I just saw like minds coming together, attracting. Some odd reason, it's so weird. You may find a community or something, because what I'm seeing is like a bunch of people in like a funnel like this, and like all these people it's like clear of people, but they're all crowded into one little area almost. So there might be like a certain particular place in Tennessee that has a big population maybe, or that or you could just find a community somewhere where there are quite a few people there, or look out. They're going to help look out for your son. If you go somewhere where it'd be easy to create community, I think that would be the best place for you. If you can find a community, or just be somewhere where you could see where it's like a small town feel, everybody kind of looks out for each other. Everybody's got things, whatever, where they're just like looking out for their neighbor or whatever. Try to go in a place like that where you have people of like mind around that you could talk to and get to know and become friends with or whatnot, because it feels like you guys could be there for each other. I just saw like you guys even exchanging banana bread. So there's some place that's calling to you that you might even already know about, and I would definitely go like that direction. Don't go someplace where you're totally isolated. Don't go someplace where you're all alone or like away from people or any of that. If it feels like for you, for your son's benefit, it feels like you need to be around activity and you need to be around other people somehow, even if it's in a neighborhood. I feel like you're gonna. Okay, so I use an affirmation. Say, thank you, God, so much for bringing me, for pulling to me the best possible opportunity for me and my son, the best possible community. Make it just obvious to me. Thank you so much for making it so obvious to me, the perfect opportunity for me and my son in Tennessee. Thank you so much that I just felt so drawn to this place. And I just knew that that was the place. And I knew the community and I knew that, so I don't know how you would tap into a community there, except maybe if you know friends that live there, or you can find a group of like-minded people that are there already and kind of touch base with them and see if there's a community already, that kind of thing. Obviously, if somebody's watching the premiere, or they want to leave a comment afterwards and say that you're there and you're starting a community or you have friends there that are there. I was thinking actually to start up a web page where everybody kind of lists where they're at, and try to like exchange information with each other and form these groups and communities and things. So I've been thinking about how I could best do that, but that's something that I've been mulling around so that you guys can kind of hook up. But yeah, it does feel like it's a good place for you to be for sure. But I do feel like there are at least three other places that would be good for you also. So maybe you want to get a 20-minute remote reading or something like that to go over your different options. All right. 4022. Will my son be able to get a job that he likes if we were born? I wonder what that means. Okay, will he be able to get a job he likes if we move there to Tennessee? Yes. A like-minded, I keep getting like-minded again. It's like there's maybe in the community that you guys are going to, or the people that you guys are going to get to know, I feel like almost a band of brothers. I just got a band of brothers. Like there could be a group of it feels like they're all male, some kind of a group gathering. If they might play music, they might be people that are like work together. I feel like them almost even in a coffee shop or something. So they all like work together and they're in a band together and they're like doing all these fun things together. So it feels like they just kind of stick together. Yeah, and they might even play bluegrass or something maybe. Upon Shishay not Taikanes. Yeah, just maybe have him watch the beginning of this video about following your heart, following your bliss, because it feels like if he does that, he's going to find something really fun. It may not pay a lot at first, but again, when you follow your heart, when you follow what's pulling to you, what pulls your heartstrings, that's going to lead to abundance in many, many ways, including money or whatever, you'll have a lot of blessings coming through. Okay. I don't know what to do with these ones that I get done with. Okay. 4023. Hi, Amy. I have the C word, CAN word. Again, after being 10 years free, my oncologist put me onto drugs, chemo drugs, basically. Originally, I had a mastectomy, radiation, and chemo. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. The cancer is, oh, sorry. Why am I apologizing? The C word is, the C word has gone to sleep, and I am due to have a scan and test in a couple of weeks. I am in two minds as to what to do, as I know that the chemo is not good, But as they told me, as they told you, huh? It was grade 4 and in my lungs and liver. I guess I panicked. Can I please get a reading on what spirit advises and if I will be able to go off the chemo and heal? It's a huge decision, which I know my oncologist will fight, as we already had a falling out about the jabs. Well, just know that everybody's completely brainwashed in the industry. They don't even know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know that they are just feeding you with toxins because Luciferians have set up their system and pretty much tried to get rid of people with under the guise or like pretending to trying to fix them and make them better. There are natural remedies for everything out there. And the natural remedies are way better, way stronger, and way more effective. And they won't ruin and take out your feminine organs. And they're not going to, yeah. So, it's the same concept as the jab, honestly. It's the same thing. They trick you into thinking that something's going to make you better, and it doesn't. So what you're dealing with is a doctor that's just, completely brainwashed, basically. So I never, ever, 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 ever recommend going through any kind of traditional anything for anything, because traditional is Luciferian, and the Luciferians have wanted us gone. So they do not have, they're not doing a damn bit of good for anybody. People, if people recover, it's because their sweet spirit and their strong body and their strong immune system is what got them through it, not the stuff that they were given. So we need to get that straight. So I could, if you would have told me beforehand or when you found out or whatever, I could have given you a whole list of things that you can do to eliminate the C word, naturally and almost effortlessly. So, yeah. But now, now you've got that stuff coursing through your veins. That's not great. So what you can do about that is, the first thing you need to do is change the energy of the chemo. So you got to see it in a good light. If you have to continue it, which, you have the choice, you can walk away from this. It's really okay. I understand the panic and I understand being scared. I've had it myself. I don't know if you know that, but I've had it myself. So, and I, at one point was panicked. If you think that you're right on the verge of something really bad happening, like you're about to die or something like that, then you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to, blah, 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 and you kind of freak out. But as we're learning in these times, you can't think clearly and you can't decide best for yourself if your mind is clogged with thought. That's going to put you in a tailspin to just be panicked and make a decision. You made, I consider that a poor decision for you, a decision out of fear. If you make a decision out of fear, it's not going to end well. Usually it's not going to go well. So you have to choose everything out of love right now. If your intuition told you, that's a whole different thing. If you were just, and I don't know why your intuition would tell you, yeah, take the poison, that's going to make you better. But if you, what I had to do when I went through that kind of panic was because I thought I had something that was very alarming too, that I had to tend to like immediately, or something would happen to me as well. So, and I did panic. I got scared for a minute, and then I just quieted myself down, quieted my mind. And I said, okay, all right. So now I have this information. Is it true? Does it feel true for me? And if it is true, and if it's advanced and all this stuff, I'm going to choose to believe that the natural way is the strongest way. It's God's way, right? I'm going to choose for a miracle to happen. Miracles happen all the time. Why can't they happen for me? So I did. And I kept saying over and over, thank you, God, for the incredible healing miracle. I just kept saying that over and over. Thank you, God, so much for the incredible healing miracle. And all of a sudden, all these solutions started coming to me that I didn't even know about. And all these new things and better ways of dealing with it. And I was able to totally take care of it. So, Yeah, just stay, don't ever make a decision when you're in a place of panic or desperation or fear or like missing out. In any of that, just you reassure yourself, talk to yourself and really do a gut check with your authentic nature. Just really listen to your intuition as to what's true or what's right for you. Then you can make the right decision. So, but now you've already gone that direction. So you're wondering if you're still going to be okay after having taken it. It's going to really have damaged your immune system, obviously, really pretty bad. I do feel it's going to get rid of the C word. I do feel that. However, ongoing, if I were you, I would write me an email and in the subject line, put health protocol in all caps so that it grabs my attention and I know what to send you. And I'm going to give you a whole list of stuff that you can do to avoid having it in the future, or what you could do, or a healthy way that you could respond to it the next time. Okay. And yeah, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. They're saying restore yourself afterwards. So you're going to have to rebuild your system. You use a lot of probiotics. It's really hard because surgeries are horrible too, you guys. Any kind of surgery, you should never do any kind of surgery because, and I talked to a guy who's into cadavers and all that kind of stuff, and he does classes on dead bodies and what he's learned from that. And anybody who's had any kind of surgery, all the scar tissue that happens afterwards completely makes you like cement. The whole area that got taken out and then expanding out even more just makes the whole thing cement. So it doesn't, nothing glide like naturally the way that our organs are made. They just glide and they're smooth and they do this type of action. But if you have a surgery, all of a sudden it's really and that causes all kinds of problems. It doesn't move. It doesn't glide anymore. It's just kind of like, it kind of grates, or it kind of gets stuck. And then it kind of, since it doesn't do anything and it can't really move, it just becomes one. And then those things start sticking other things around, and it just kind of, and then the scar tissue and all that stuff, it just gums everything up really bad. So, and that's something that a lot of people don't know, that I know only because I know this guy. So, yeah. So I'm gonna do a blissing over you just to keep you safe and to make sure that the C is gone, and to to help you to stand in your own truth next time, to not listen to some. I mean, I had all these people saying, call this person and they'll give you this and they'll run you through this machine, and it even seemed like a less than traditional way, like a way that was kind of like an in between, like a medium. It wasn't as bad as that would be, but it was like, it was still going through fear, like, oh, put me through that method, or that put me through that machine so that I can see this, so that, I wanted the proof that it was there, and I wanted proof that it was gone and all that stuff. And I decided to take a total leap of faith instead, and I'm just going to listen to my intuition. How many pills should I take? Period. Okay, I'll take 3 today. I'll take 3 when I feel like taking 3. When I feel like taking 5, I'll take 5. I'll take 1. Is this the product that I should take, or this one? Okay, I'll go with that one. And that's the way I did it. That's the way I did it. And then, like I said, because of the prayer that I had been praying, all these other solutions started coming that I didn't even know about. It was amazing. So now and I'm going to do a blessing to just clear the whole situation, and and the more of us that learn this, and the more of us that go through these situations and we people please or whatever because we're afraid, we walk through those situations so that we can kind of wake up to, we're waking up too. We think that we're the awake ones, and it's like we're still doing waking up within the waking up too, because we're just like, okay, well, I was still people pleasing just like the sleepers are, right? I was still doing this just like those guys, and I still gave into this because of fear, and I still wanted to date this person because I felt lack. It's like we're all just refining. Hola mama na tena he shi na take la hapon bomba against sa se la shin che na ke san say They said to get a nap when you need to, all of you. This is a message about naps. If you guys are tired, just lay down and take a nap. If you really want to, you could say, is anything wrong with me? Or is this ascension symptoms? And get a yes or a no. Do a divine guidance council meeting to establish what's a yes and what's a no feel like or look like, right? And then you just, is anything wrong with me? No. Okay, I'm just going to take a nap. My body's just tired. It's ascending. I'm ascending. I'm becoming more crystalline. Something good's happening and everything's okay. Just take a nap. We need to, the universe will make us feel really tired when we just need more sleep. And we've been through a lot and we're dealing with a lot of stress in our world right now. So just take really good care of yourself and don't think that anything's wrong just because you're really tired or your hands hurt or your wrists hurt or your ankles hurt. Or, you know, these little things are going to be surfacing right now because our bodies are just adjusting. So hopefully you have something like I've got, like go to anti-aging bed and get the like stage 1, at least the stage 1 of the coil of the Tesla coils, or, you know, there's the spooky, there's so many cool things out there, but just take care of yourself every night, maybe, you know, take some time to put those devices on your body and nurture yourself through it. But don't get yourself into a panic and don't buy into anybody who's bought into the system and they're brainwashed, because they're just going to, you know how those guys are. So you are going to get the results that you believe in. Okay. So if you believe in that you can heal it naturally, you'll be able to heal it naturally. But if you believe that you have to be in fear and to do as those guys tell you, then that's what you're going to believe. And that's what you're going to do. So everything is a placebo. You have to believe. Okay. Hang on a minute. Okay. 4024. On May 26th, in Ask Amy, you mentioned an upcoming major life transition. You said it was one of the reasons my dog chose to pass a few weeks ago. Can you please look into this and see if I can get any more details? Thank you so much. Okay. So can you tell me more about the transition she's going to be going through? Yes. Okay. Your dog is here, like cheering you on, excited about it. He's holding up a trophy, like you're going to win accolades for something that you've been like deserving for a while. You've been manifesting whatever it is. Because I have no idea what's going on in your life, but I'm just seeing some kind of an award being held up by your dog, like super excited for you. A leg up, a step up. I just saw your dog put on some high heels. So and I just feel you like feeling so proud of yourself. Like just, I did it. So it has a feel to like a career advancement or something, maybe even moving somewhere. We could explore this a lot further if you get like a remote reading. We could be a lot more thorough, and you could tell me the things that are going on in your life, and we could bounce it off of each other and get some insights as to what's happening in all these various areas of your life. Gosh, I feel like a van, like you might be getting a van or something. And I see it parked in a parking garage for some odd reason. I have no idea why. What are some other, maybe that's why the dog had to go, is because he knew you'd be living in like cramped quarters or something. Maybe you're just going to do it in transition. You're going to kind of live out of a camper or a van or something for a bit. I don't know if you're single. I don't know if you have kids. I don't know anything about your life to be able to tell you much more information about that. But these are just some images that they're giving me. It kind of looks like you're alone. So even if you do have a family, you might be doing this alone. An adventure, some kind of an adventure, going off on an adventure. Let me ask specifically things that he would have affected. I think that's more what you're getting at too. So how would he have negatively? Yeah, just too much change. Too much change he wouldn't have wanted to go through. It would have stressed him out. He would, yeah, and you would have felt bad bringing him here, bringing him there. So it just feels like he just felt it would be best to just be gone. And then once you're settled down and you have like a more established, stable life, then he's going to come back into the picture, I think. I mean, I think is what I said in that reading. I'm not remembering that actually, but that's just what it feels like. It feels like he wants to come back once you're settled down. All right. So, hama na taking say na anything else? Writing. You need to concentrate on writing. Maybe you're going to be writing about your travels. Maybe writing a book, possibly like Eat, Pray, Love kind of thing. And I see a canal, some kind of, it actually kind of looks like you might go to the Middle East, possibly. Anything else? That's all they're showing me for now. All they're showing me. Okay. Okay. Mary Magdalene card. Okay. So this person who's going through this major transition fairly soon that she couldn't have her dog along for. Give us a message about that, about this time in her life, please. Revelation. Looks like this. All right. You will soon find the answer you seek. Sit quietly, bring your focus to your breath and meditate. Pay attention to what you feel in your heart. The answer will surface from within. It is understandable that the current circumstance is creating anxiety and stress in your life. It's human nature to want to make sense of everything in our lives. However, don't waste your energy trying to figure everything out logically, for this will only cause further confusion. Trust the loving guidance from within you and know that all unfolds in perfect time and all will fall into place over the next couple of months. So you don't need to know all the answers right now. And if some of what I said scared you, just trust that whatever it is that you would actually be comfortable doing it, and it might stretch you a little bit. All of us are being stretched in our comfort level in some way, shape, or form. And just go with the flow. Just keep following God's guidance, and it's going to end well. You're going to do well, and you'll have your dog back. So stay present in the moment and just go with the flow, and don't worry too much about how that's all going to happen, because that's going to keep you in a stuck energy. So just try to be present and try to follow the signs and synchronicities moment to moment, and you'll be guided. And just don't be afraid of any of the stuff that I just said. Just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to go forward and see what happens. And we'll watch this transition unfold, and all of it will make perfect sense as to why I couldn't have my dog there in time, All right. 4025. Dear Amy, I would like to travel to South Africa in 3 weeks with my son and husband. We would like to spend 2 weeks there. We would love to travel and haven't been on a great trip in such a long time. Could I please get a reading on this upcoming travel? Yeah. So going to South Africa. It's gonna go well. The spirit's actually proud of you doing it. Papa Shishinai. Obviously, there will be some beautiful, beautiful things that you're going to see and experience, you and your family. Safe. I feel you guys being kept safe. I even see like a light or a protective aura around you guys, keeping you guys from any kind of harm. And I'm reinforcing that. And I'm bringing in solutions and support all along the way so that it feels smooth, and you don't get caught in any kind of anxiety trap. So there's going to be some kind of a foundation of something that begins there. It could be the beginning of a new life. Maybe you decide to move there, or it could be the beginning of an idea that spurs into like branches into a building. A building. Oh, there you go. I was going to say a business or something. An idea for a business kind of gets, kind of gets planted. The seed for that kind of gets planted there. What else? The kids are going to get a lot from the interactions with the locals. So I would say go with a completely open mind and a completely open heart. Know that you're protected, you're guided. It's going to be fun. And it's going to create some major waves in your life, but in a really good way, and it's going to cause a lot of change to happen. It's going to be very impactful in a good way. So awesome. Tell me about the trip when you get back. All right. How do I do that? I just heard, how do I do that? amysatori@gmail.com. Okay. 4029. Thank you, Amy, for all that you do and your very obvious honesty and goodness. Thank you. Can you please do a healing and clearing on my dog to make sure there are no more altars or negative entities around him and heal him of any ailments you pick up on? A few weeks ago, you cleared an altar for him. We are going to visit my mother, who's rather fragile, the week of June 3rd through 6th. I hope he'll be on his best behavior for her and her boyfriend. He does love my mother, but he tends to get over enthusiastic around her. Okay. Many thanks and much love. Okay. Heshishin tai kehe nai epe nai kins. Okay. Shishe na pola he naan. Okay, so okay, there's a command that you can teach him. It's called leave it. So what you do is you put a really yummy treat in your hand and you keep it from him, and so he can't get it except if he licks. And then what he'll do is when he can't get it, he'll back off, and then you say, good boy, leave it, and then you let him have some of it, and then you close it up again and lick, then he'll pull away even sooner, and you'll say, good boy, leave it, and then you'll let him do it again, and the next time he won't even go to lick it, he'll just look at you, and you'll be like, good boy, leave it, and give him the treat. And then practice it in different environments, practice it with different objects, practice it with different items in your hand. Go to a pet store and, go to all those bins that are open that they can dip their head in and kind of nibble or anything they go toward, and carry some treats in your pocket. And if you click or train, that's even better because you can target the exact moment it happens. But practice it with all these different things and go to the pet store. And when he goes to sniff something, you say, leave it. So don't practice it unless you know that he'll actually do it. But you'll say, leave it, to test him, and he'll pull his head back, and then you give him a treat. And then he probably gets a better treat. Hopefully he gets a better treat than what he would have gone for in the store, kind of thing. So you got to do a little bit of training on him, because it's not like I can tell him, hey, leave her alone. If he's excited, he's going to be excited. It's kind of hard to contain himself. But what I can portray to him right now too is that she's very fragile and blah, blah, blah. So let me just paint the picture to him so that he understands a little bit better. And then you doing your training with him in the meantime will help reinforce it. Mama mahana taila. San session. Apomana ila eken sasasishin. Apomana taike. So you need to teach him leave it. You also need to teach him to go lay down if you haven't yet. So have a bed that you're bringing for him that's designated for him, or just teach him the command to go lay down. or bring a crate. Maybe you're bringing a crate. A crate's a really good idea. So if he gets out of hand, he can be put in the crate. Always, if you guys have a crate, don't ever put them in or in there as any kind of punishment or anything. It needs to be a very positive feeling when they go into the crate. It needs to be a positive thing, and you can make any experience positive if you think right. So you have to like think ahead of them. You have to think like, what is the association he's making with that right now? So I'm going to put him in there for like a couple minutes, and don't let him out when he cries. Just put him in there even for a couple seconds, just a couple seconds. Just put him in there, give him something absolutely incredible, and then let him out. And then do it again, but do it for a little bit longer, and then a little bit longer, and then a little bit longer. Only letting him out when he's patient and when he's quiet. And then, just keep building that up. And pretty soon he's going to love that crate. Dogs love crates, you guys. They need a crate. They feel like it's their den. They feel like it's their home. They'll want to be there all the time. Like when they want to go take a nap or with it or whatever, they'll feel totally safe to go lay down in their crate. So it's always a really good idea to have one. Anything else? Shishi na nakes. Hapama omaan. Shishi lakin sa sina tahi be ma tahi. Okay. I think between those two things, you'll be good. If anything, distract him too. Bring a squeaky something. If he likes squeaky toys, whatever he likes, whatever he's really into, make sure you bring it. So you have some kind of a leverage to work with, All right. Last one. 4036. Hello, Amy. My older brother is going through some kind of health crisis right now. My intuition tells me it's a wake-up call of sorts for him to make major lifestyle shifts, and he will in time. I have a few things on my mind, though. I do not have faith in conventional medicine, and he seems to be going that route. It's been mysterious, and I'm not convinced the doctors he is seeing will actually help him find or get to the root cause. Can you please feel into him and let me know any kind of pertinent information that will be helpful for my mom and I? And my mother is flying to see him to go care for him. Any guidance on that would be welcomed. I have so much gratitude for you, Amy. Thank you so much for your help. Sending love and light your way. All right. So we're working on the brother. He doesn't want me to work on him. But let's see. I had to make sure you were coming from a good place and asking this. No offense. Just need to, protect the other person too. Oddly enough, it almost seems like shingles or something. I said, will he be wrongfully diagnosed? I got yes, of course. Is this a wake-up call? Yeah, it is. Is this trying to get him to make some lifestyle changes? Yes, to his diet, they said too. He needs to be more intuitive about how he picks the foods that he eats. They're really not. They're not wanting me to get into it. They're not wanting me to bliss him. They're not wanting me to really do anything except to let you know that there's confirmation that he needs to make some changes. But they said I can pull some body cards. So I'm going to do that. So these are cards that I make. They're called the body cards. If you want to take a look at the cards I have for sale right now, they're on amysatori.com/store. And you can look at all the different ones. All right. I need to get all this bottled up stress out. So he's got to learn to handle his stress better. I'd like to do more relaxing than stressing. Can you find an effective way to shift those worrisome thoughts? Stop internalizing, they just said too. You got to let go of past trauma. So he may be purging some past life stuff or current trauma. I feel like he's actually going through a kind of a waking up process. That's awesome. I think what you're contemplating would not be helpful. Please reconsider. So they're trying to get his like body is trying to like alert him. I don't like this idea. I don't like this conventional way. I think he is going to go the natural way. I think he's going to switch up. Could you please be more aware of me and just how much I support you? I love you. Aw. This is what his body is saying to him. Ooh, I think you had a root canal or something else that caused a leak of bacteria into the bloodstream that's really causing problems. Please help me to heal it. So maybe Spirit didn't want me to feel into it intuitively because they knew that there was a card that hit it right on. You know, maybe I would have said there was like an issue in his jaw or something. They're like, no, it's a root canal. And that's pretty common. That's pretty common that the root canals cause a lot of health problems later on. They said I could work on the root canal, on the infection underneath. I like thieves. I usually have some here, but I like thieves. Thieves Young Living oil. He could do some coconut pulling, and he could swish thieves around in his mouth, and it would help heal it on the physical level. Let me work on it right now. Yeah. Shishe na po po maan ai gains. They said it's like a slow leak, so it's been causing all kinds of weird problems. I even see like bumps. So I would actually also have him do the thank you, God, for my misery exercise I have on this channel. I think that would be really beneficial as well. Yeah, I'd like to do more relaxing than stressing. Can you please do that thing that you've been meaning to? I feel like that could be like running or, you know, going to the park, like doing some of those types of activities that he's been thinking of. I think I'm getting too much exercise. Okay. It's stressing me out. And I realize we might be running away from something. I just said running. That's so funny. So, but some kind of a healthy activity to get it out without like stressing himself out. So it's probably more the relaxing under a tree kind of thing that he needs to do. And he's probably already had the idea that he needs to do it. So now his body's encouraging him. Yeah, let's do that. So, okay. So everybody, time for the general blissing. So just relax your shoulders, take a deep breath. Put your intention on something you would like to see happen in your world or in the world. And as long as it's for everybody's highest good, it will be amplified and within everybody's free will. Sheshe na hapon pomohuma na taike e la an se shin. Tai la kipimpema on tatai san se shiki hi e na a pompoma ai. Ha la an sa se shi he na ai ke ha pompoma ha on. Hai la tin tatai shi na ha ke en sa se e la. And for the daily boosters, this has been really interesting lately. I've been working with your pets. I've been working with your pets quite a bit. Any kind of anxiety or protection from pharmaceuticals, things like that have been coming up. What was that thing? There's just been a lot coming through that I've been like stopping and lending energy to. So And it's just been a lot of different types of energy. So it's like, I feel like I'm putting out fire, I feel like, okay, let's put out that fire here. Let's put out that fire here. Let's get this. Oh, the pets. Okay. Let's take care of that. So I'm pulled into all these different situations you guys are going through. So I wanted to let you guys know that I'm on it, and I'm sensing and feeling into it all the time, and intending to it whenever these things surface. So whatever you guys have going on, I'm on it. And it's even like waking me up in the middle of the night, and I'm tending to things then too. So don't worry if you haven't told me about your issues, or don't worry if you think, oh, she's on the other side of the world, she's not going to be able to help. Like, don't, you're thinking too small. Spirit has got you covered. And my intention is always to be able to be made aware of certain energies that need tweaking in order to, go along with the intentions that I have in the daily boosts. So, which is to completely cover and protect you, and to balance out energies, and to help basically make your life go smoother, and provide solutions and all of that you need in any particular moment. So, yeah, Spirit's got your back. And I feel like pulling some cards for the daily boosters right now. So, all right. So what are a message for the daily boosters that are currently subscribed? Okay. No one else can make you feel or do anything. You either buy into their story or not. If their story makes you feel bad, just choose a better story and take your power back. When Spirit urges, it's time to take action. Train yourself to pay attention to those nudges and act on them quickly. No one is to blame. You just see what the advantages and benefits are from where you are, and you go from there. So be a team. Work as a team. Go with the new and divinely inspired rather than the comfortable but worn out. It's time to let go. Go outside your comfort zone, they said. Things are not going to stay the same. They're going to change. So may as well embrace the change. When Spirit urges, it's time to take action. Train yourself to act. Okay. If you knew the beautiful things ahead from you, you would trust where all this is going. We got you. I'm going to leave it there. You guys have yourselves a beautiful weekend. Have some fun. Hope you're doing well. I don't know what we're going through right now by the time this video comes out, but just I'm sending you a big, big hug and reassurance. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be okay. And we got this. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.